I am absolutely, completely and utterly sick to death of the way that software, graphical user interfaces are produced nowadays. There is a completely unnecessary obsession with trying to predict what everyone will do based upon statistics. Statistically, 85% of people do this. So everyone has to undo the predictive reaction of a website or program that some moronic developer has put in place, which accounts for 80% of people's predicted reactions. So whenever I'm using the thing, I have to keep on undoing nonsense that some programmer believes that most people want. Leave the thing alone. What is it going to take to get programmers or developers' grubby little mitts off of the product and leave it alone? They literally, I bet you there are departments which are tasked with doing this, and it is the most wretched nonsense you could possibly imagine. You feel like the tool you're using is just some other morons in charge of it. It's crazy. It's just robbing independent control from the user of the tool, the product, whatever you want to call it. It's got to stop. How do we get through to these people? Every website I use, every piece of software, some idiot has gone into it and said, oh, most people want this, and therefore you're stuck with it. And you're like, no, I want to do what I want to do with that. No. 80% of the people want it that way, so you want... It's insanity. It's insanity and stupidity combined together. And it's ruined the internet and it's ruined software. How do we get rid of this problem? They must be training these morons to do it. I bet in every college or university around the world, maybe even school, these people are being trained by further morons who are saying, yes, statistically, you will be expected when you go into industry to make the website interpret what the user wants them to do and predict. It's ruining everything. It's just absurd. It's absurd. The whole ethos seems to be every human being is stupid and needs to be controlled, and we can do so by predicting their behaviour. Moreover, they'll be happy with it. And you're just sitting there watching this garbage be produced that you can't use, and you feel you can't tell anyone to stop doing it. Because the tool, these people hide. That's the problem with programmers. They hide. If you go to a high street shop and you've got a problem, you can speak to the manager and there's probably going to be some way of solving the problem. No, not with computer programming, because we hide behind the internet in computer programming. Yes, you can't touch us. We are the masters. And that's the attitude. And it's poisoning the rest of the world's use of equipment. These little power-crazed keyboard jockeys are sitting there going, ha, I made this and it's wonderful. Oh, you don't like it? Let me just plug my ears. They don't want to listen. What do we do? How do we get through to these morons? Where's the root of the problem? And the root must be, it's in the industry, it's in the educational system. It's just disgusting. You can't get anything done. You're forever trying to undo the nonsense that these guys... Just leave it alone. It's like, imagine if you bought a set of tools from, say, Snap-on or wherever, and they sent a representative with the tools to watch you while you were working, who would grab hold of the spanner that you were using and say, no, you're not using it the way that 80% of the people use it, so I'm going to take... That person would not be a being for very long if they carried on doing that. And that's what's happening in computer programming. because they've got the shield of the internet and that anonymity and that distance between themselves and the user, they're running wild. No, we know best. We know what people... You don't know best. Nothing you think is worth anything, Mr. Programmer. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. You can create the software. The only person's input that matters is the user, not yours. It doesn't matter how wonderful you feel about this software you created. It doesn't matter what you feel about it or think about it. It doesn't matter. It simply doesn't matter. This is the root of the phrase, the customer is always right. The customer or the user in any field is always right because it's them who are using the product, not you. Yes, but we statistically assessed that 80%... It doesn't matter if 80% of the people take their Snap-on spanner, sorry Snap-on, and throw it around trying to make it into a frisbee. It doesn't matter. You don't have control at all of what the user does. Don't try to predict it. Don't try to statistically analyze it. Leave the user be. They will tell you if they want something different. And then what you don't do is change the entire thing. What you do then is offer an option. That's the reason the word option exists. No, not so for computer graphical interface developers. No, the word option doesn't exist. Oh, 80% of people use this and 20% don't. Oh, well, that means that we'll get rid of that option. So they don't just add another option, they get rid of the existing one. So you're sitting using software you've been using for years and it worked a certain way, and all of a sudden some plonker has decided, oh, I'll change it all. And then you're left thinking, where's that function gone? Because these morons aren't listening to the user. And if you end up complaining, you get the feeling their attitude is, you can't keep these people happy. No, because you're not trying to keep them happy. You're trying to keep yourselves happy. And that's the problem with computer programming and developing and graphical user interface design. They're trying to keep themselves happy. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Look at these animations. Nobody cares about your stupid animations. Nobody wants them. Nobody benefits from them. It's completely superfluous, useless fluff that gets in the way of the user experience. Yes, but we've got a science called user experience, and it's all wrong. The so-called science of user experience is completely and utterly blind because it is not based upon what the user wants, which is control and freedom and independence. That's what computing is supposed to offer the person, but you idiots have tried to delete it. That's probably the reason you got into computing in the first place, developers, to free yourselves, to get a bit of control. All you're doing now is deleting other people's control. Stop it! Just stop it! I remember when Microsoft Windows used to be a perfectly usable, functional piece of software that did nothing other than what you wanted. If you made a mistake with it, it was your responsibility. If you accidentally deleted something, then it was your problem. No, now it's all done for you, just in case you're stupid. Well, that's insulting to the person using the software. Not only are these options, not even options, these improvements, what do they call them now? Features, optional. They're not optional, they are mandatory. You can't get rid of them, which just serves to reinforce the belief or the feeling that Microsoft thinks you are stupid. And that's filtered through the entire world into all the industries around. And it's disgusting, it's obnoxious, it's rude, and it is unhelpful. Even if their intention was to improve productivity and efficiency, all they've done is destroy it. How do we solve this problem? This is critical. I come across it every single day. It's getting worse. The websites are getting more and more and more and more and more convoluted and full of rubbish that you don't need or want because these idiots are out of control and out of touch. What's the solution?